The time has finally come to get the M104 Turbo W203 tuned and making some boost again. Hello, welcome back to another video. So I've wanted one of these little Bluetooth microphone thingies for the longest time, and I finally got one, so now we can really do some talking. There we go, perfect. So I know you guys don't like the EU Falcon as much, but hear me out. Just to give some context of kind of what's been happening behind the scenes, as they say. I will admit that things with the EU Falcon got way out of hand, and all of this was never the plan. A couple of months ago, when I got the EU Falcon,
there it is.
the plan was, while I'm fixing the blown head gasket on the M104 Turbo, I would borrow the power mods ECU from that to at least fire up the engine and see if it's still a runner. And yes, I took a fat chance buying this thing as a non-runner because it didn't have an ECU, but I knew I could just get a power mods wide up in it and at least get the engine to fire up. But the big question is, why on earth would I buy a Ford when my channel name is Benz and it's mostly based on Mercedes? Basically two reasons for that. Number one, it was insanely cheap to buy this car, and number two, I'm actually just interested in the 4-liter inline 6-cylinder torque monster that's inside the hood. So it's a cheap engine with big potential. I mean, the M104 Turbo is only a 3.2 liter. This is a 4-liter inline 6-cylinder. So can you imagine if you add some boost to this thing, how it will perform? And to be honest, a couple of days ago I almost sold the EU Falcon, but I think that would have been a big mistake. It's really nice having something that fires up every single time and it just won't die. I made a playlist of the whole build, some really sketchy stuff going on, but you guys can check it out. I'll leave it in the cards over here. And like I said, I'm only interested in the engine, so the rest of the car I don't really care about, and that really opens up some really fun doors. Having the ability to just go anywhere I want and just hoon around has been quite the adventure. But this has become the problem child, and it's had a terrible effect on my pride and joy. Last week's video didn't do the amount of work that went into trying to fix those oil leaks any justice. And I say try to fix because guess what? Every single leak I tried to fix is still leaking. And remember the hood that I tried to paint myself twice? Well, at least for a change, we have some good news on that. Back when I blew the first head gasket in the M104 Turbo, I met Willy and his spicy unit. And it turns out he's a pretty good painter, so he offered to get the hood sorted out for me and get it looking like it should. So yesterday I headed over there to drop it off and also check out his other toy. And of course we had to hear this machine. Now, I didn't film any of that because I just wanted to get the hood over there and be done with it, but we do still have the old cut up hood over there that's just kind of in the way, so I can show you guys how I did it. The only way I'm able to transport something this big is on the car itself. Yep. And just like that, it's on the car and ready to go, so I don't even bolt it up at the back. It'll be fine. We just have it hooked up on the latches here up front, so it worked yesterday. We should be fine. While I'm heading in that direction, I'll just swing by Andre's place where we have the other W203 body waiting for its new life to drop this one off, and then we can go and get the car tuned. Other than oil leaks, the car has really been doing good as long as I stay out of boost. But today, if all goes good, it should make more power than ever before. Lately, everything I do on this thing just seems to go wrong, so I'm extremely nervous about how this is gonna go. But soon enough, we'll know if it's gonna go or if it's gonna blow.
I don't know, my rap, my blood boils over like, oh God, here goes. I lost all feeling from my head to my toes. You said some shit that I can't let go, so just stay tuned for the rest of the show. So have you ever felt betrayed? Switches how you see things, realize something needs change. Cause I know you got me f***ed up, let me show you what's up. Cause enough is enough. I'll take a face full of pavement just to make a statement. I know there's no turning back. Oh God, adrenaline wasted, so mad I can taste it. I know there's no turning back. I'll do what it takes, I ain't making mistakes like that. I'll bleed on your face to make you go take it back. I'll lose my shit, I go crazy when I'm mad. And now you gon' wish you would shut the fuck up real bad. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. And now that I'm gone, yeah, I know there's no turning back. I'll take smoke, I'ma poke a hole through you, choking's overdue. Come at me and you won't get any older, dude. Crack your holder too. Heat it up inside of me, blood so violently.
Alright, we made it to launch. Let's get this thing tuned. And a few minutes later, we had the exhaust sensor in and the laptop ready to get this party started. So we headed out to the open road to start tuning. So we always do tuning on the road and not on a dyno, but I've shown that in my previous videos. I'm not going to get into all of that now because we didn't get far anyway until we ran into our first issue. Now, I have no clue what I'm talking about when it comes to tuning, so I'm not going to try to even explain what was going on, but we think that we have a fuel issue, some kind of fuel issue, meaning that it might be the fuel pump, the fuel filter, or the fuel pressure regulator. I'll add a clip in here of the fuel pressure gauge and what it's doing when I load up the car at around 3000 RPM, right when the boost starts coming in. Now, I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be, but we definitely saw some inconsistent figures on the AFR gauge inside the car. But this problem only came when we went to the 0.8 bar or 11 psi boost range. So we just turned the boost down to about 0.5 bar or 7 psi and jumped straight into our first drag race. Probably not the smartest thing to do, but I couldn't help myself. yeah, so this race was very spur of the moment. We didn't do the best of filming it, but we'll definitely try and do better next time. But anyway, the car also has a misfire now and then. So this morning I swapped out the plugs to see if that would be the solution and took it out for some testing. Now, I don't know if you can pick up the misfire on camera. I'm sure you can, but I mean, the car is still a hell of a lot of fun, even at around 0.5, 0.4 bar of boost. So all in all, not bad. I mean, we did make some progress. For now, it's going to be low boost until I find some time to look into all the freaking gremlins we're having. However, that's going to have to wait a couple of weeks because it's finally official. The Benz headquarters is moving to a much bigger and better location. And I can't wait to show you guys the new place. But for now, that's going to be it. Like always, thank you for watching, and then I'll see you next Sunday at 6 a.m.